how do you actually audit yourself? How do you hold yourself accountable?
Yeah.
What are the standards by which you're measuring yourself, which that alone I think is important.
Yeah.
And that's something that I feel like if I were going to put my finger on a high performance habit, I would say for sure my ability to look nakedly at how I'm performing, like almost dispassionately.
Me too.
I'm not beating myself up.
Yep.
I'm not celebrating I'm just saying like either it's working
objectively.
or it's not.
Yeah.
So how do you do that?
Well, in spirituality, it's just called being the observer. So you're observing your life dispassionately from a place of mindfulness and understanding where the judgment isn't there that's negative. And so that's a huge part of it. Because a lot of people, the reason they hate self-audits and they hate self-evaluation because it feels bad, but they're letting it feel bad. Like instead, it's like, how do I perceive this and think through instead what my real intention should be? So how do I do it? And here's how I'd recommend others do it. First, I have my high performance planner, which literally details out. But if you don't have the high performance planner, here's a simple thing to do. 3 things I want you to do every day. First, I want you to write 10 prompts for the morning for yourself. 10 prompts. Those prompts for you might say, how can I be a great mother today? How can I show appreciation to someone on my team today? It might say, how do I care for my health today? It might say, 3 words I want to keep in mind all day. You know, the message I have for myself today is this. The most difficult thing I'm going to face today would be this, and the best way my best self could overcome it is this. 2 big long-term projects to keep in mind are this, right? Those, like, write down 10 prompts. So the high performance planner begins in the morning. There's the 10 prompts that we know correlate with long-term success that we've measured. There they are. So I fill that out every morning. Second thing I want you to do, at the end of the night, 10 more prompts. What did I learn about myself today? What did I learn about other people today? Did I demonstrate my best today? Where did I not? Where did I get stuck? Where did I get frustrated? What negative thought did I have today that I don't need to have anymore? How did I treat people today? Did I move as swiftly towards my goals today? That type of thing. But the other piece about it is at night, I do the scorecard. So for me, it's the 6 habits of high performance now: clarity, energy, necessity, productivity, influence, and courage. And so there's the word clarity, and it says, was I very clear about exactly what I need to do today to move forward? Score 1 to 5. And so what you got to do, the third thing I want to do is build your scorecard for the end of the night. And your scorecard might say dad. Your scorecard might say leader. Your scorecard might say specific. But what I've made it is habit driven. So it's generate energy. Did I generate the energy I needed today to deliver my best? Productivity. Did I avoid distraction today and only focus on the needle moving activities?
And what do you do if the answer is a low score on something?
There's so many low scores in there.
What do you do about them?
I'm aware of it, and I take that, and what I do is I flip the page for the next day of the planner, and I just write down, don't get stuck here, don't do this. You know, it's just a constant learning process. The nice thing about self-awareness is the human brain has an incredible capacity for guilt. And most people unconsciously let that roll over them and kick their butt and make a horrible life. I love guilt. Guilt is a tool. Guilt is a weapon. Guilt does not have to be a bad thing. It's not like I perpetuate, but I'm like, I love that I feel bad when I don't do a good job. Most people hate that about themselves. I love that feeling. I'm like, I didn't do a good job there. Next time I will. So some people, guilt is discouragement. Other people, it's a signal for learning. To me, guilt is a signal for learning. It is the body and the brain, the spirit, knowing what is right, knowing what is wrong, knowing what's great, knowing what's mediocre. And it's saying, hey, do a little better. Now, if it's translated into a negative impulse, then some people call it guilt. But I'm totally cool with guilt. I think it's good that we feel bad when we do something that is below our standard or that's not right, because that impulse to go, I want to do that better. And that impulse, that desire to learn and drive and do better is something that doesn't always feel good, because it says also, I kind of screwed up over there. But when you can dispassionately recognize your performance and go, I actually want to become great at this, all of your psychological and spiritual energies kind of align a little bit to saying, let's grow then. And if you can allow that impulse and deal with that anxiety and that discomfort that comes with it, just like when I was laying in bed for 6 years and an awkward, super weird dude, sweating in bed, literally profusely sweating, thinking about speaking to people, like profusely sweating. I endured that visualization, that practice, that trial, for myself to become good.